Oh my gosh, Michael,
Oh, hey.
I cannot believe I forgot that it was Valentine's Day in like 2 days. So I'm very glad that you are here
How can you forget Valentine's Day?
because my birthday was just like on the 2nd, and so I get caught up in my whole birth month.
Yeah, you get preoccupied with like you're one of those
Myself.
birth month and just
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, first off, like happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
Happy birthday month.
Yeah, the whole month. It's a short month.
And lucky for you, today's Friday, so you still have a couple days.
Yeah, I have a couple days.
But for future reference, I've got some info for you. I'm not from the neighborhood, as you can
Really?
tell. Yeah, really. I'm
That's
not from
not
around
an Idaho
here.
accent?
No,
Okay.
well, notice, like southern portion. Like just
Okay,
northern.
okay.
But apparently, Valentine's Day always falls on February 14th.
Right.
And besides your birthday set apart, aside, it's the most important holiday of the month.
What about Groundhog's Day?
Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry.
Which is also on my birthday.
Not on this side. So every year, just no. Anyways, like you can't really forget that. That's like super important.
I know. So thanks,
So-
Dad.
So, with that said, like, what did you plan for Valentine's, or what do you have planned, or what were you gonna get Cody, or what were you gonna do?
Well, he asked for. He's been asking for a very expensive table saw. It's called a Saw Stop.
Okay, I mean, saws are usually not that bad.
Or Saw Stop brand.
Okay, I don't know.
It's really expensive. It's like $8,000. Yeah.
Say what? $8,000?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
All right,
So,
I'm a lot cheaper than that, just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
If you want my list, I'll just send out your way.
Yeah, send it on Monday.
Okay, Monday it is.
The
The
Monday.
15th.
Yeah,
Okay,
send
sounds
it on
good.
Monday.
So at least you have a year to like work on
Yes,
it.
I have a whole year.
Okay.
And you know, it's
You
good.
never know
Maybe
what's gonna
I'll
happen.
forget again. I don't know.
Well, look, don't stress. I got you covered.
Yes, I see that. We have some really cool wines.
I came up with some cool wines. You know, I was once told by somebody really wise that life's too short to drink bad wine.
That was me. I'm wise.
Well, maybe
said
a little
that.
wiser. I mean, you just had a birthday, so maybe a little wiser.
I said it before that.
Before that,
Mm-hmm.
cool. Well, so I have a really cool lineup. Look at you go.
I'm wise.
And on top of that, looks like we have cheese and chocolate.
Yeah, this is.
So we really have everything to make everybody
Yeah.
happy. You know, who's not
who
into like
doesn't love
wine,
cheese and
chocolate, cheese?
Yeah.
Let's face it. So Valentine's is coming up, and it was your birthday, so we might as well celebrate.
Start with bubbles. But first, let me
Bubbles.
introduce ourselves.
Like we need introduction.
Yeah. Yeah, every
Okay,
time we do
sounds
this.
good. Let's
okay,
do it.
my name is Carrie and I'm with Tastings Wine Shop. And you probably already know that this is Michael with Barik. And now we can go.
All right. Now we can go. So let's get started with not only bubbles but like champagne. And this is the real, actual, true champagne from the Champagne region in France. It is a champagne. It is a small producer called Charles Mignon, which is a family-owned winery, family-operated. It's the parents and their kids. Kids actually grew up in the winery as well, like hiding in the caves and all that. Tough neighborhood, you know.
Yeah.
Tough
life.
Tough life.
Tough life.
And this is, we've featured like one of their wines in the past. We just brought their entry-level champagne. This one is actually a Premier Cru. So this is all fruit sourced from Premier Cru sites. And there's several within Champagne that are classified as a Premier Cru. And it is fruit that's coming from there. A little bit yeastier, a little bit more full-bodied than most, but like just the entry levels. And this is a majority of Pinot Noir with some Chardonnay, so roughly like 75-25, although it can change a little bit year to year. So you get a much better like sourcing of fruit, and you get a lot more in the mouthfeel. Like I don't know if you remember, but the one we did was very fresh, very vibrant, very like really good acidity, really
I was
clean.
going to say, it almost had a little bit more acidity to
Which
it.
was a super good like champagne for an aperitif, or like, you know, just for whatever,
Hot
like
summer day.
lighter dishes and whatnot.
Yeah.
But if you want to get a little bit more serious, all of a sudden you kind of get to that threshold with the Premier Cru.
With a
vineyards.
very small price jump.
And with a very small price jump,
like
really.
The price on this is still amazing. But right away I could tell that as opposed to the entry level, this one had just a lot more yeasty and bready notes to it. And it was just a step up.
Definitely, it's got a little bit of that kind of golden apple and definitely that yeasty component on the nose.
Yeah, it's pretty appley.
And just, I mean, it smells
I love
so
it.
good. But it's not like too yeasty either, you know?
No,
just
no,
kind of
no.
like, just enough to where
it's balanced.
it is
It
interesting.
complements each other. What were we having with this before I finish all of it?
I would imagine we should try that white chocolate right here.
That's right. Oh, I got a small piece. I
Yeah.
touched it.
There you go. You can always get another piece if you
That's
want.
right, that's right.
So let's see here. I'll go with a small piece too, so you don't
Okay.
feel bad. So
That was very kind of you.
I'm a very thoughtful
Oh, I
kind
ate the
of
whole
guy.
thing. Okay, so
Got
now
a
we're
lot
gonna
of
taste
champagne.
one. The chocolate brings out kind of the little citrus notes in this wine.
Totally does.
Okay.
All of a sudden, it's just a little bit more acidic. You get more of
Yeah.
that kind of lemon component.
Yeah.
And but you still have a good balance because the
Yeah.
wine is actually like serious enough to where it
Yes.
carries its own
Yeah.
weight. But with the chocolate, it's actually really cool. It works
Yeah,
really good.
it actually is pretty good.
I'm liking this.
Yeah, that's pretty good. If we didn't have more, I'd have more. I mean, like if we didn't have more wines, I'd have more.
Well, we can always arrange that later, you know.
Yeah, call an early
And,
cut.
and plus, you might find something for Cody that you'll be able to.
That's true.
use.
Oh yes, Cody, Valentine's Day, on track.
Yeah, let's go back to this. You know. So
I hope there are other people out there like me.
I'm sure there are.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is important though, and especially when you're both working a lot and you can finally take a day to just focus on each other and have cheese and wine and chocolate.
I think that's important.
It is
But I also
important.
want people to remember that every day really should be Valentine's
I
Day.
agree. Yes.
You know.
Yeah, that is kind of yes. That's super important.
Every day. So I'm glad you like that.
Oh, a dumb cup. Thank you. These
Magic.
always just appear.
Magic. So moving on to the second wine, we decided to go with the classic in my mind, which is the Clinker Break Old Ghost Zinfandel.
Yes.
So Clinker Break is in Lodi. It's a family-owned, family-operated winery as well. And this is kind of
Did they
basically...
change your label?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Not that I know of. This is actually like a depiction of the vines in the fog.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's why it's called the Old Ghost. Basically, like the owner was walking through the vineyards one morning very early, and there was a lot of fog that day. And the vineyard that this comes from is over 100 years old. It's 104 years old now. And with the fog, you could see like some kind of silhouettes in the distance, and he thought he was seeing ghosts. When in fact it was just a very gnarly, like old Zinfandel vines in the distance.
Or was it?
Or was it? And so they decided to actually call this wine the Old Ghost. But
I
it's
love
a single vineyard, 100+ year old vines, which you don't see a whole lot in California,
No,
really.
You really don't.
And Zinfandel, 100% Zinfandel, all estate grown. About 18 months in oak on that, French and American.
And Lodi does Zinfandel very well.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think they do, like Syrah and Zinfandel is
Yeah.
really their claim
That's
of
the
fame.
thing.
And so this is a smaller production, of course, but it's absolutely stunning. It's got a lot going for it. Plus, I mean, when can you drink 100+ year old vines? You
Yeah.
know, for really not that much money. I've seen some wines in Australia that were coming from like 100+ old vines, but there's just so little produce that
Yeah.
you can't even afford them.
Yeah.
So
no.
this is like, you know, a piece of history right there.
No, yeah, I love this wine, and I know that I think the label, the Clinker Brick label I was thinking of is like red, and it's just
It's got
like,
the bricks on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has the bricks on it.
Mhm.
This is much nicer than that other bottle I had.
It is a lot more serious, and
Yeah.
like I said, I mean, you get a lot more extraction on that, just being from a single vineyard and super old, which is
Yeah.
really, really cool. So
Yeah.
you get that classic kind of like, you know, berries,
Yeah,
but you also get the baking spice,
Yep.
and it's not like overly sweet as
No.
well, because sometimes they
It's
get
not
like,
too
too
jammy,
extracted.
yeah.
Exactly.
Not too.
So you get a lot going in the wine, and it keeps changing, and it's good with food as well. So of
Yes.
course, you can think of meats and stews and things of that nature, but with cheese it works really good too.
Adding cheese.
And so I'm
This
thinking we should try that one with the mushroom now.
Yeah,
That
actually, I
seems
want
kinda
this
fun.
piece because it has like an actual piece of mushroom.
Oh, look at you go! You took my piece. Man,
It is my birth month.
that's right. I guess I'll back off.
Mushrooms and Zinfandel, I have read, is a pretty common pairing.
It is a cool
Not
pairing
common,
because
but it's a-
mushroom
it's a
can
thing.
be mushroom can be like kind of dry and earthy,
Mm-hmm.
and Zinfandel can be like jammy and a little sweeter.
Yeah,
So it just kind of contrasts
Yep.
pretty well. So
this cheese is good. This cheese is at Tastings, right? Yeah, you can find this cheese at Tastings.
I mean that's a big wine too. Let's see here.
Yeah, that's an awesome pairing.
Mm.
I like that.
I do like the cheese. It's just it's kind of creamy with that earthy.
It is, yeah.
Mm.
And it's truffle, right? That's truffle I taste. That's truffle mushroom. And with the wine, pretty good.
It works really good together, I think.
I think this might be the winner so far. I know we have a couple. The bubbles was really good. That's a no-brainer. I'm gonna get bubbles anyway.
Well, plus I mean you can always use bubbles.
Yeah.
You don't have to drink them just on Valentine's Day.
That's where the one bubbles are one wine. Sorry, I'm cheese in my mouth. Bubbles are one wine that I can never seem to have enough of because when I need it, I never expect that I need it, and then it's just gone. I open one and then all of them are gone.
And there's a whole myth about bubbles that people always think of them as like special occasions.
Yeah.
But really, like especially these days, I mean, if I wake up in the morning, that's already a pretty good day.
That's my had a
So,
hard day wine.
That's like
Treat
my
yourself.
it's like hey,
A hard day.
it's Wednesday, might as well have something decent, Why not?
It's Monday. It was
Yeah.
bad. And
Or if
I'm
you have a
gonna
nice
have
nice
some
piece of
bubbles.
fish one
Yeah.
evening and you want something that's cool, different.
Also, this Zinfandel.
And of course, this Zinfandel. But like I wouldn't do the Zinfandel in the fish though.
The fish, no.
Unless you have the
would
red wine
lose
sauce
your.
with it, which is kind of cool too. It works, but
Okay.
you don't see that very often.
No,
It
you're
works.
not with fish.
Mhm.
You'd probably lose the fish in the flavor.
Not
No?
always. So
Learning.
that's delicious.
Yeah, this is
And,
really
and
good.
like I said, it's a piece of history. It's really cool. Like right here, just I wouldn't say our backyard, but pretty damn close. Then you've got like 100+ year old vines, and
Yeah,
you know,
that's a good bottle.
and yeah, it is a great bottle. So moving on, we're gonna go to the Mayo Vineyard Cab, which is part of the Heston winery, and some of you might know the cookware Heston, which is like super high-end, top-of-the-line cookware. The family who owns Heston also bought some land and vineyards in Napa Valley, and so they have their own brand of wine,
Wine, yeah.
which is super high quality bottle of wine. This is all estate grown. It's a little vineyard within their estate, which is in Napa. And this is actually made by a winemaker who has 200-point wines back to back in Napa Valley.
Oh, wow.
Thomas Rivers Brown. He's actually one of the most like predominant winemaker in Napa. So they kind of contracted him to make a
Holy
few of their
cow.
wines like Mayo.
And it shows.
And it shows.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
it shows.
it's a great bottle of wine.
It's a beautiful bottle.
And you get like some really serious pedigree behind it. So
And we have it Coravins because it's kind of allocated, correct?
correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't get much of it.
There's not a lot of it, so if you want a bottle, don't wait. It's not a bottle you
Does that
sit
thing
for.
stop? There we go.
Ooh.
I was like, does that thing ever stop? So maybe
That's
I
all
just-
you get.
That was that was nice. It's your birthday, Mom, so I gave you a little extra. Yeah.
Anyway, no.
So all right.
I did give you. Anyway,
So you're getting a very special wine. It's 18 months in oak as well, all French, about 60% of it new. It's all estate grown, made by one of the most predominant winemaker in Napa. So kind of a special bottle and
Yeah.
something that you can really enjoy. I think it's classic Napa. It's got that big dark fruit to it.
It does, yes.
That cassis a little
Yeah.
bit, and that. It's got some nice polished tannins. It's a 2016 on this particular bottle, which I think has a little bit of age, so it's starting to come to its like full potential.
Yeah, when you said polished tannin, that's so true because it is dry. There is tannin there, but it's not like grippy and
It's not
uncomfortable.
aggressive.
Yeah, it's not aggressive. That's a good way to put it. So for like if you're cooking Valentine's dinner at home, I think, and you're cooking, cuts of red meat, I think this is a great wine for that. Also, you can impress your date with a little information about the winemaker, huh?
There you go. And you can have like a nice piece of filet with that, and I think it'll just be fine.
No, perfect.
Because filet doesn't have that fattiness to it.
Yep.
And so with the polished tannins, it would be just fine.
It's perfect, yeah.
And so, and if you need recipes, you contact me. I'll just give you cream
Also,
sauce
me,
with
remember?
mushroom and.
I had a cooking segment here.
That's right.
Yeah.
You did.
So you can hit us both up, and we'll probably have totally different recipes.
Probably.
Yeah. So.
Green peppercorn steak filet, or like a mushroom cream sauce on the filet. Just I don't know. Just kind of thinking about that. What are you gonna cook?
I haven't gotten there yet.
You haven't decided what you're gonna
No.
cook yet, huh?
I usually cook lamb. Oh no, Valentine's Day we do surf and turf. That's what we do on Valentine's Day,
Perfect.
surf and turf.
Good.
So, yeah.
That sounds good to me.
I cook lamb on my birthday. Sorry, it's all the same to me.
Oh, it's the same month. I mean, really. So this is delicious.
What
I
are we
think.
pairing
Just-
this with something?
I think we were gonna try
Are we gonna
that
do that
cheddar,
cheese?
right?
Yeah, the one with the pretty. I want this piece.
The one down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing it's your birthday month. So that's what, a Merlot?
A Merlot
cheddar?
cheddar, yeah. This one's, you can get this at tastings as well. So come on and get your cheese. But I remember tasting this cheese and I love it. This is the weird part of the show when we just eat and taste in front of you.
Don't be jealous. Ooh, that's like salty, grainy.
The cheese has texture too. It has a couple of those, like, what are they, titrate? What is it called? Cheese enzymes?
Whatever it
Tartrates, I
is, it's
think.
like slightly crunchy with like a
Yeah.
saltiness to it.
Which is
and-
great with that, like the tannin in the wine.
With
It
the
just
big
is
fruit
so
and the
good.
tannins, it
Yeah.
just pulls everything together.
Perfect.
I'm liking this tasting.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one's good.
Not a bad
There's a
Friday.
lot more cheese left too. Good. That's right, Friday.
That's great. It's a great bottle of wine. Good pairing. And really, I mean, even if people are not
That's
in the mood
really
to
good.
cook,
What?
if people are not in the mood to cook, they can come here, get that little platter.
No, charcuterie is my go-to. Like, I'm
Charcuterie?
not cooking. What? Oh, chocolate. I thought you said charcuterie. Weird.
Oh, no, charcuterie is good.
I'm with you. So charcuterie is my go-to. Like, I'm not cooking tonight dinner. I just put out a spread, and it's still impressive and pretty. And you can put like vegetables on there if you want.
Why? Olives. I guess
Yeah, olives.
There you go.
Olives.
They're
Is that a
veggie.
vegetable?
Sure, whatever. More
They
like a
are
fruit.
when
It's
they're
a
on a
fruit.
charcuterie board.
It's
They're
a
suddenly a
fruit, but
vegetable.
really, whatever.
Suddenly a vegetable on a charcuterie board. Pickles?
But just, or even just come here.
Yeah.
Friday, see us,
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
this whole experience, because it's
Yeah.
gonna be cool.
We can hook this up, right? Can we hook this up? Yeah, so if you come in on Friday, we're not even done with the video, but here's a plug.
But yeah, I mean, it's like,
We're not even done with this.
if you don't really know what you're gonna cook, I mean, make it Friday.
Yeah, well,
We'll be here.
We'll set you up with the whole board and it'll
I'll
be
be
a good
here.
time.
So,
This wine's good. I'm not dumping this one.
I was kind of thinking that. I'm like, I better keep drinking that, because
Yeah.
I don't open that every day.
Yeah, this is
So-
the special bottle that you want to impress a date, you bring this bottle. You want to just have a nice bottle, you bring this bottle.
That's right. So,
It's good. That is like premium Napa Valley Cabernet.
and everybody knows the big names, which is cool, but there's like a few other wineries out there without like.
Yeah,
super
well,
cool
there are
and doing
so
a
many
great job.
wineries in Napa.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a never-ending exploration. So are we moving on to dessert?
Let's do dessert, I guess. We have to.
I love dessert.
So, perfect.
It's a food group.
So, of course, you know, when you think cheese and you think chocolate and you think Valentine, so I mean, all these come together for circle, you think of port.
Yep.
And port is great pairing with any kind of cheese, any kind of chocolate, any kind of things like that. As an aperitif, as just dessert.
That's a nightcap for me.
You know,
That's
I mean, I've had like port before as just an aperitif, like put over ice or just keep it chilled in my fridge.
Ooh, over ice.
And
That's
just
a
like
really
a little
good
bit
idea.
of port as an aperitif as I'm cooking, it's great.
Yes,
So
that's a good idea.
I think we need to kind of break that myth of like, you know, port. People don't really know, but you can
Yeah.
use port anytime. It's so friendly.
You just opened my eyes.
You know, I'm glad I could.
Yeah,
So
I'm the wise one, but you did that.
you know, and there's a classic pairing in France with melon, with cantaloupe, melon,
Important?
and port. So you take the
Really?
cantaloupe, you cut it in half, you remove the seeds, then you've got a hole left by the seeds.
Mhm.
Then you pour ruby port on it,
And then you take
and then
a
you
shot.
eat it.
Like a
Scoop
shot
it up
ski.
and eat it.
Oh, you
It's
eat it.
delicious, yeah. It's a
So
big,
you don't pour a lot.
Or you fill that hole basically with port.
Wow.
Yeah, super cool.
I'm definitely going to try that.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
chill
really
the
good.
port first?
No, you don't have to.
Because what if it's a
no.
hot summer day? I kind of want to do that.
Oh, you
on
can
a hot
chill
summer
it.
day.
That's fine.
That sounds really good.
You know, and as a general rule, I usually put my ports in the fridge once they're open.
You could make that a game.
What kind of a game?
Who could eat it faster? Because there's like a lot of alcohol in port.
There's a lot of alcohol, but you get just a little bit, right? So, but yeah, that's super classic in the summertime when like melons are in season. You just
Yeah,
kind of do that.
that's a really
It's-
good idea.
So,
I'm spinning my
so the port that I picked for today was the Quinta de la Rosa. So Quinta is a house. It's like more of a small kind of independent winery. So Portugal is very different because there's like a lot of big houses that source fruit from different people, and then they make their wines. But you also have some more like boutique wineries these days,
Yeah.
and they're starting to like really come in the press. They're starting to
Out of
talk
the
about
woodwork.
them out of the woodwork a little bit, and the press is starting to talk about them a little bit more. Quinta de la Rosa is one of them. And so instead of having their wines like stored in Oporto, like most of the big houses, they actually store the wines at La Quinta. So they do basically everything
Nice.
themselves, which is really
Yeah,
cool.
that
So it's
is
like
awesome.
that boutique kind of winery.
Yeah.
This is the ruby, which is kind of a big ruby,
Yeah.
almost to the point where it could be like a reserve.
I was thinking that when we first tasted it.
It's between a ruby and like an LBV. It's somewhere weird, and that's why they call it the Lotte 601. And it's all estate fruit, which is kind of different as well, because most big houses just source fruit from different little growers. This is all estate fruit. It's all they
That's
control the whole
awesome.
thing,
Yeah.
and it's a cute little bottle.
So cool.
you
It's
know.
so cute.
It's an awesome.
I would use
looking
this for a
bottle.
water bottle.
You know, it's cute. It's a cool shape. It's almost like the first time we tried it, I was like, is that supposed to be like a bourbon bottle? Or
It
something?
does look kind of
Just-
bourbon-y, which
Oh.
I save for water bottles.
And so it's a ruby, so meaning it's not aged in oak very long. So as an average, it's about like 3 to 4 years old. So think of it as like kind of a regular wine with just a little bit more oak to it, and definitely higher alcohol because
Yes.
it's port.
It'll get you there.
So you're at 19.5% alcohol, so a little bit goes a long ways, but you don't need a whole lot with port anyways. It's
No.
just so forward basically in your mouth. It's got
Yeah.
that alcohol, that sweetness,
rich,
it's got
kind
it's
of.
rich.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
rich. It's rich.
So
I
this
love
is
this.
this is super cool because it's something you don't see a whole lot. You know.
And port lasts longer, right?
It
so
does.
like if you don't have to like go through those. You don't have to go through it as fast. I know it's higher alcohol and it already has like oxidization. So like.
A little bit. So
Yeah.
on a ruby, you would want to drink it somewhat within like
But you have
limited amount of time.
Much more time.
I would say a couple weeks.
Yeah,
'cause you
much
get
more
much
time
higher
than a
alcohol.
bottle of wine.
And on top of that, you've got like if you put it in the fridge, you'll be
It
able to
extends
just
the life.
extend it. a little
Yeah,
bit.
the life is even extended.
Once you like get to the tonies, the flavor profile is very different because it is a lot more
Mm-hmm.
aging, a lot more oxidization. But then you can just keep them for a lot longer as well.
Yeah.
But ruby is a lot fresher. It tastes more like wine. So for people to get into it, and in some cases it's better with different foods, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of taste really, what you like about a ruby or a tawny.
Would you say this is a good entry bottle for people that want to get into port, but also
Absolutely.
good for like experienced port drinker? It's just all around
Absolutely.
good.
I think,
Yeah.
it's got all the notes that you would expect out of a ruby,
Yeah.
to where if you're new to it, you would kind of just get the experience that you need to get.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're like more in tune with the port world, then you can actually get different things.
I think you'd
You know,
appreciate it.
you would
Like
appreciate
you
it
would
for
appreciate
what it
just
is.
like how cool this little port is.
And plus, like I said, it's like a single kind of like, it's a smaller estate, which is
Yeah.
kind of always
Which is always
kind of nice.
cool with port, yeah.
Just like we're doing chocolates that are like local, you kind of support like smaller producers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yes, the chocolate is local from the chocolate bar, which highly recommend. I'm sure a lot of you have already been there.
This is like,
You were pouring this with something too, right?
yes, of course.
The
And
last
so I think
one.
we're going with the last, the chocolate, which has
This
almonds,
one.
I believe.
Yeah, this one has lots of almonds in it. You snooze, you lose.
Well, I noticed you like to pick just from the bottom.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, this seems to be where the good ones
have
are.
you played a lot of Jenga?
I have not.
Right.
I have dug for a lot of rocks though, and the good
Okay.
ones are always.
There you go at the bottom. So, how's that going, anyways?
It's good. I've got a good rock collection. Honestly, people who like wine like rocks. So everybody, calm down.
This is like cool. It's just a cool little port, and I love that bottle. Plus, it's only like it's a 500 ml, so you're not committed to like a full-size bottle. You can drink
Right,
that
yeah.
within a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Just.
and you can cook with port. There's
Mhm.
a lot you can do with port,
Mm-hmm.
like a ton. And port and chocolate is very common. So this is really good. It almost
Oh,
the chocolate
Yeah.
almost amplifies the body. Does it make it seem like even richer?
it transforms it.
Yeah,
I get
it
like
does.
almost
It
a little
really
bit of
actually
honey.
does. Yeah.
Like the nuts and the port and the chocolate turn into like a honey component. It's super cool.
Yeah. No, this is actually really good.
I'm loving this. That's actually a cool pairing.
Yeah, this is a good one. I mean, they're all good, but
And like
this is dessert.
people, I know that you all have this in your mind. A glass of port by the fireplace. Okay, that's romantic. It's Valentine's Day
And a book and a-
weekend. So yeah, that's great. Whatever. But you can use port like in many other
Yeah.
ways.
Oh yeah.
In cooking, in pairings of chocolate,
cream.
cheese, almonds,
Pour
dried
over
fruit,
ice cream is poured
ice
in
cream, aperitif, digestive. Don't be scared of port. It's just fine. It's not gonna bite you. At least
Yeah,
not in
no.
small quantities.
Yeah, in small quantities only. Drink enough of it. And, yeah,
this is
I love
fun.
this. This is probably this entire board is awesome. and
Yeah, I
you
think
can
that
get
was.
it on
I was
Friday.
just thinking that. I'm like, that's actually a pretty cool lineup.
Yeah, no, this is a great lineup. We've
You
got
know,
some.
like.
Yeah, this is perfect, and even outside of Valentine's Day to carry you over. Because I know personally for me, I have to celebrate Valentine's Day on a different day just because of work, and I know I'm not the only one out there. And so these wines are good even, like it doesn't have to be just a specific day of the week.
No.
But these are really great Valentine's Day wines.
Make it special for your significant other, but just
Yeah.
don't forget that the rest of the year is there too. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
true.
So
Wow, that's really good marriage advice.
don't take it from me.
Well, I'm about to get married, so we just started premarital counseling. It's good.
All right, well, good on you. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it
Be
is
proactive.
Good. It's good. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you really hit it out of the park with all these wines.
Well,
and
thank you.
It's all really awesome. And on Friday you can come down and you can get this exact same board and try all same exact 4 wines because that's what we do. And just experience it for yourself. You can have an early Valentine's Day on Friday, celebrate that way, or you can come in and pick up the bottle of wines at 10% off individually or 15% off for all 4. So killer deal. And just have a happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I have a very hard choice now.
One of each.
What I'm going to bring home.
I'll make it easy for you, just like I made the whole thing easy.
One of each.
One of each.
Yeah. That's not out of my realm to do.
Hey, it's a long shot from 8 grand on the saw. I'm just
It
saying.
is. It is very true.
So, but that's just me. So,
Anyway, Michael, Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
And as a wise person once said, life is too short to drink bad wine.
I would agree.
Yes, me too.
And happy Valentine's Day to you too.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Don't forget. I can't believe I forgot it was St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
No. This is really weird decor for Halloween.
We'll pass that, Carrie.